My grandmother gave me a little darkroom kit from Kodak that was like 10 bucks. And I had to put it out in the pantry and took pictures and developed pictures. And I enjoyed it. I never thought I'd be a photographer. Intuition in a person is much more developed early on. It's almost fully developed as a little kid. And then other things like technique, professional technique, whatever you are that you're learning, that comes later. But the intuition is, at least it was in me, very much there. People ask questions sometimes, what do you do with writer's block? I say I take my body and I put a camera on it and I go out and take pictures. That's what I do with writer's block, with taking pictures block. I don't worry about the intuition, I just start working. You can trust in work that something will emerge by loving what you do. I'm not a technician, and I don't have a real method. I'm always searching and trying to find the right way to express something so that it will touch me. Because we have a medium of our body and our voice and our thoughts and feelings. That's a medium just like a photography medium or a painting medium. You digest material that's in front of you. You don't necessarily come to conclusions, but you digest it by means of seeing what your response is as a human being, not as a photographer, not what makes a good picture. It's really different than that. I don't crop my pictures generally. If a picture is right, it's usually right, and there's no fussing with it. In other words, the mind and the feeling and the craft, it's all there in an instant. If I try to go out to make a landscape that somebody will like, it's deader than a doornail. I have to get something out of it for myself internally. Polaroid camera had like 10 pictures, and it cost, as I remember, and I'm sure I'm wrong, but with inflation, it was like $1 a piece. I was a little kid, 10 years old, 11 years old. $1 a piece. You don't take many pictures. You get hardwired to that kind of a way of looking. You don't do things quickly and say, I'm going to edit it later. I was at Mont Saint-Michel for 6 months in 81, 82. I've been there many times, but that period was a substantial period of time. I only took 80 pictures. And yet I was out there. The place magnetized me. After 40 years, that's not photographing all 40 years. I just had a mess of pictures that I liked, and some I didn't even know that I liked, but that I liked eventually. Negatives I took in the 70s that I never printed. That's a question of the intuition being way ahead of the mind in a certain way. Mont Saint-Michel is located in a desert, very much like Shiprock. There's an abbey church up here, which is Benedictines. So there are monks at Mont Saint-Michel. It's a religious place. And It's as if is a row of monks on that wall, and they're standing, and on the left, that's what their aim is to aspire to something higher. I developed a relationship with those forms and started to understand them by means of taking pictures and relating to them in that way. You know, I started out by taking very plain, documentary, in a sense, pictures, but that process gradually develops in its own time. So I got very interested and inspired by these walls. So they're really something more than nature. They're something primordial and at the same time utterly as if they were built by a great feeling architect. The picture, for me, it's like Bonnie and Clyde's car. The reason I like the picture actually is the sky. The print of it is very pearly. It looks like something actually out of an oyster. That's what draws me. And I like the rest too, but it's sort of like it's supporting the sky. And yet it's not an exciting sky, it's just it has certain qualities. I don't have any message that I intend in pictures. I'm not trying to tell anybody anything. I'm only saying, look, take a look, see what you see. And if you take a look, I do believe that something will be given. It's work and it's looking. And it's being interested and it's loving.